Hello everyone, I am Shobhana Kumar and I am very, very honored and humbled to be part of Prajna's wonderful initiative at talking about 4 good words, words that have been permanently etched in our constitution but are so difficult to achieve in everyday life, in the mundaneness of everyday life. I work in the spaces of social work, education, branding and advertising, and of course writing. I write nonfiction and poetry. And being in the social work space, I tend to gravitate towards equality in almost everything that I do. So that's the word that I have picked today, and I would like to present before you 4 poems. 2 of these are unpublished. 2 of these are haiku that are forthcoming in a book by Red River. So why write? Why write about these 4 good words? Because writing is the starting point of action invariably. For me, it is the inspiration to act. Everything that I do on the field begins with the written word. So I would like to present these before you. The first one is called Questions I Long to Ask Myself. And it is something that I have constantly wondered about. What is this equality that we keep talking about? Are we equal? Do we consider ourselves equal to somebody else in every circumstance? That itself has been a very plaguing question for me. So here it goes. Questions I've longed to ask myself. If you could be equal in an unequal world, where would you plant your feet? On a floor that slips with alarming regularity, or a place where holding your ground requires everyday battles? Whose hand would you hold? Would you get ahead or stay back? Would you bend to pick up the remnants, or will you leave without a trace all the lives that have held place for you? We work with the very vulnerable and marginalized communities. So a lot of the haiku that appeared in the book that is forthcoming by Red River revolve around incidents that we have witnessed on the ground. So this one is about an elderly abandoned man, abandoned by his children. So being, his alcoholic frame has almost given up. His breath rasps in erratic intervals. The veins in his eyes are bloody. Irises move across the room to the nurse in hurried urgency. Tears, monochrome sky, hopes pinned on crayoned walls. Monochrome sky, hopes pinned on crayoned walls. The last call to his family is cut halfway through. At the morgue, he joins hundreds of anonymous, unclaimed memories. Someday, an eager medical student will slice through his remains and learn a thing or 2 about human anatomy. Holy chants, embers of another life. Holy chants, embers of another life. Far away, a family moves on, forgetting becomes a habit. Stargazing, still looking for the Gemini twins. Stargazing, still looking for the Gemini twins. The next one is on what is equality for a woman? How equal does she feel in everyday spaces? So it is called How to Stop Crying, from a leaf in Party's diary, 4/12/1953. Learn to stop them midway, like pranayama. Hold them until they brim but not over. Grow flowers. You will see how fragility can yield tenderness, each petal valiant despite its ephemeral destiny. Pile them like unwanted linen, with knots so tight that even memory will fail to untie. Draw inspiration from women in remote desert villages who learn to make do without water and sand their used vessels. Rub that sand into wounds over and over and over again until wound meets blood, meets hurt, to that one point when all pain ceases, when all pain ceases into one shoreless pulse. Note, repeat for best Note, repeat for best results. Choose the method most appropriate for different occasions. The fourth one is called daydream. Learning to tell the male from female, rose-ringed parakeets. She emerges from the laser clinic, smooth-skinned and glowing. She looks beautiful. In an ideal world, she might have found love, even made it last. She blushes when we compliment her, but she really doesn't care. Love is perhaps enough for you, but for me, happiness is just finding myself. Just me, she adds for emphasis. We look away, guilty. We picture her several years from now. She wears dark-rimmed spectacles. Tinges of grey streak the dark as ebony hair. Wrinkles just begin to appear. She doesn't wear her makeup, so the signs show ever so gently. She looks stern, intellectual, and almost like prose. Broken remote control. Memories pause at fast forward. Broken remote control. Memories pause at fast forward. Thank you very much for this honor.